Anyone here feel like they know what their style is? It's funny, I get on the phone with women and they're like, I feel like I need someone to help me get dressed, but I just can't figure out what my style is, so I can't tell you. And I don't think everyone's ever asked us like what we want our style is, like what we like. Like no one's ever said, hey, what do you like? Like we never really thought and took a moment to really figure it out. So we're gonna change that. So how do we figure out what our style is? As humans, we want to be accepted. We want people to, approve us, want to like us, and all of those things. The only time we may not have done that was in high school. You may have done something a little bit more dramatic and kind of taken a chance. But typically, we like to go with the grain. We don't want to go against it, and we want to really be accepted. But you need to take a little bit of time and figure out what you like and not necessarily go against the grain. I'm not saying that you need to dress completely different and do something that's out of your comfort zone or be the person who's wearing lime green polka dots and navy blue stripes and all of those things, but you really want to figure out what you like and not really be so concerned about what everyone else thinks and what you're supposed to be wearing. And the other thing that also happens a lot is when we get older, we're kind of afraid to take a chance. You don't want to buy something that you may not wear, or you don't want to try something different. We always go into the store and we always come back with the black V-neck t-shirt. How many black V-neck t-shirts do we all own? Okay? We kind of are in this habit of we go to the store, it gets really overwhelming, so we go to the comfort zone. Where's your black V-neck t-shirts? Okay, I'll take 2 of those. Bye, leave me alone, don't ask me to buy anything else. And then the other thing that happens is we have all these stories from growing up that have to do with what we think of things. You may have had a mother that says, oh, florals don't look good on you, you shouldn't wear those. Or, you're too short to wear that. Or, I had a boy when I was 13 go to me, I really don't think you should wear shorts with those legs. I'm still, 20 years later, more than 20 years later, still thinking about it. He is stuck with me. So those little things throughout your life, they stick with you. And then there's also magazines. There's those lists. You ever read one of those lists? The 10 things every woman must have in her closet? You must own a white button-down. Does everyone own a white button-down? Do you know how many closets I go in and get rid of white button-downs that no one's ever worn? Because they really don't, if you're a banker, okay, you can wear a white button. Who wears a white button? It's bad. No white buttons. A trench coat. Everyone must own a trench coat. I have a trench coat, and I do wear it when it rains in New York, but you guys don't really need a trench coat. I mean, it rains a little, but not trench coat weather. So we have all these things that kind of put us in these little boxes of what we should own and what our style should be, and it holds us back because we're afraid to kind of, again, not conform. So what are we going to do with all of this information of knowing what we don't want to do and who we don't want to be? One of the exercises that I have my clients do is to create a Pinterest board. Does anyone use Pinterest? It's really, really good if you're decorating your home. Pastor Lisa has just discovered it. If you need any insight, go find her. So, and just ask. You don't have to create a Pinterest board. I encourage you to. It's really fun. It's a new hobby. It's something to do. But just answer it this way. This is me if only. And answer that question any way you see fit. This is me if only I was 20 years younger. This is me if I never had children. Woo, we could fit into a lot of stuff if we never had kids. This is me if I lived in Greece. Just answer it in any way, shape, or form. So many times I'll show something to someone, and they're like, that is gorgeous. But, that's just not me. I couldn't wear that. I couldn't pull that off. But who says you can't pull it off? By the way, no one's saying to go buy this stuff. You don't have to. But it just kind of gets you thinking about fashion in a different way. I'm just saying I like these things. The other thing that I also kind of use to ask people about their personal style is, what'd you dress like in high school? Because at that point, you probably were a little bit more comfortable in your body, or you were, again, going against the grain. Another way to find out what your style is what'd your wedding dress look like? Like, you got to be princess for that day. When you got to be Cinderella, what did you choose to show up as? It's so interesting. A lot of my clients that are kind of tomboys, I ask to see a picture of their wedding dress. Wow. I've never seen so much lace and pearls in my life. I'm like, you wore that there, and I loved it. I was like, oh, okay, got something to work with. The other thing that I also find is really helpful is, what does your house look like? How do you decorate your home? I find so many times it's so much easier to go to Home Goods and buy a funky throw pillow or buy a beautiful floral arrangement because it's not on your body. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy these hot pink pillows and they're gonna look awesome on my couch. But then you show up wearing all black. Ooh, a pink shoe, ooh, that's scary. But really, like, we're so much kinder with our house because we're not walking around with that billboard. The other people that we're much kinder to is our loved ones. So kind of just go through this process and go give yourself 75% as much kindness as you would to your mother, your daughter, your best friend, your sister when doing this. Because I just find when I ask someone to tell me someone's best assets or what someone that loved them would say about them, it's so much better than what you would say about yourself.